If you live with back and neck pain, you know it can sometimes really get in the way of living your life every day.
Well, next week, our expert in relieving that pain is having a free workshop where you can actually learn more about their procedures.
Dr. Christopher Miller is here today along with one of his patients, Jean Van Covering. First, Dr. Miller, let's talk to you about what patients are coming into your office with concerns about this time of year.
Well, like I was telling you earlier, it's springtime. It seems to be coming pretty quick here, and a lot of people are trying to get out and be active and do things. You know, they're finding after the winter time they just can't. They have too much pain in their back or their neck, or maybe even issues with their legs or their arms. So they're coming in for these conditions to see if we can help them out.
What kinds of conditions do people come in with?
Most of the time, if they have these chronic conditions, and like I was saying, into the arms or legs, it's usually some kind of disc problem in their spine, degenerative disc disease, or herniated or bulging discs. Sometimes these patients have been told they have spinal stenosis or sciatica, which is pain shooting down the leg. And we just make sure that we diagnose the condition properly, and then we have some unique treatment options to help them with those things.
Okay, and your timing is perfect because next week you have a free workshop where you want to hear from people who are suffering from pain and seeing if you can offer a solution to them. You've got high-tech technology, I should say, in your office. And so tell us about this workshop.
Well, my main purpose of these workshops is to help these people understand their conditions better and also how it could be affecting them or their lives. And then we're going to talk about different treatment options that are commonly available and commonly prescribed. And then, like I said, we're going to talk about some unique treatment options that we offer in our office. One of our flagship programs is our DRX 9000 spinal decompression machine, and that really helps alleviate these conditions, like I was saying, the degenerated discs or bulging or herniated discs. And without invasive drugs or surgery, many times, if they're the right candidate, we can retract those discs back in away from the nerves and start rehydrating these discs so that, you know, we're trying not just to help them get out of pain, but function more and make their spine and body a much healthier condition as well.
Well, I always really appreciate being able to talk to your patients, and you brought a patient here along with you today, Jean Van Covering. I know, Jean, for so many years you were telling us that you had suffered just from some incredible pain, and then it got to the point where you actually were at a higher fall risk.
Yeah.
Tell us about how Dr. Miller helped you.
I don't fall at all anymore, and he's taken away all my pain. And
describe what life used to be like for you before you came to see Dr. Miller.
well, I didn't do much because after we eat, my legs would be so tired, so I right away go sit on the couch, and I just couldn't keep up with my housework anymore.
Was that because of pain, because of energy, strength?
Both the pain and because my legs hurt so. Maybe it's so terribly tired.
Yeah. Wow. So you actually had treatment on the DRX 9000.
Yes, that was nice.
What did you tell us what that experience is like? You lay down there?
Yes.
Yeah. Then what? What happened?
He could tell you better.
We want the patient perspective.
And I was kind of scared to go on at first, but it was very nice.
So it really is little to no effort on your part, basically.
You just lay on this table and the thing moves.
And the machine does all the work for you?
How does that work, Dr. Miller?
Well, we also try to get them in some exercises as well, so they do a little bit of work, but the machine gently stretches the spine apart very specifically and gently, so it's not, ripping people in half. It's a very gentle approach, but when you pull the bone above and below the disc apart in such a precise way, you create a vacuum effect within the disc, and that's how we're able to retract these bulges off of the nerves and draw the nutrients and fluid back into these discs to start expanding them and making them thicker and changing them. Many people start where they're almost like a dried sponge, shrunken down and brittle and hard and, crowding the nerves. And we can change them into more of a moist sponge again, which is thicker and moist and cushiony again. So when they're moving around and being active, the nerves aren't irritated and there's some shock absorption with the disc instead of it, being brittle and hard.
Yeah, I think your approach has been so successful. You have this machine. I think a lot of people think about chiropractic medicine and they think of a painful adjustment. But actually next week, again, you have a workshop and people can come to you with questions about exactly what the treatment would entail?
Certainly, and we'll do our best to answer that, but what tends to be so unique about this is it is very unique for each patient, and it's custom tailored for their specific condition and what their goals are. So we'll do our best to answer their questions, and they can come out and they can even email ahead of time if they have questions ahead of time, I think. But, we'll go through the presentation and then take questions at the end and, try to steer them in the right direction and get them some help this year.
And that's next Tuesday, a week from today, March 20th at 6:30 at the Stonewater Country Club. For those of you who are familiar with the golfing world, it used to be Crystal Springs. That's the facility now. 40 seats are available, so please call today to reserve your spot, because it definitely is one of those instances where, because of this great technology and your expertise, Dr. Miller, you're actually helping the body heal itself in a way that used to require invasive things, even as extreme as surgery.
That's right, and it's non-invasive, like you said, and people can continue doing their activities as they go through the program, and we're just trying to fix their problem more than just alleviate the pain.
Yeah, well, thank you, Dr. Miller, and thank you, Jean, for
Thanks.
coming in and
Thanks
sharing
for
your
having me.
story. We'll be right back.
This is 8 West.